It's National Diabetes Week, and new modelling estimates type 2 diabetes could be costing our health system over $2 billion a year due to missed appointments and a lack of access to health care. Caroline Wells, the CEO of Diabetes Tasmania, joins us now. Caroline, great to speak with you. It's estimated that around half of Australians with type 2 diabetes aren't getting health checks. What are they skipping?
Oh, very vital healthcare checks, Nerelda, like complication screening for foot checks, eye checks, along blood pressure, cholesterol. Those things that people with diabetes need to understand how their diabetes is being managed. And because we know once diabetes can be managed, you can live a very healthy life. But it's when we have these complications that are not identified. And when we talk about the $2.3 billion, that's through people being hospitalised. It's the 5,000 amputations per year which are preventable.
Caroline, is it complacency or is it access to healthcare? Is it a stigma that might be attached to type 2 diabetes? Why aren't people getting these health checks?
Look, I think it's a combination, Nerelda, of all of the above. Obviously, access is a huge one, and part of a conversation we're having around National Diabetes Week is kickstarting this conversation about changing the trajectory of diabetes. And one of the things that we were talking about last night in one of our great debates was around access. And, you know, we're very supportive of the Albanese's government's, strengthening Medicare, but we want to see more. I mean, we do know that the issues of access to general practice in rural and regional areas is significant. So basically, access is of great concern. We want to see more, but it's more. There's more things than just access. Stigma is a huge thing for people living with diabetes, and we actually need to have that conversation about changing that trajectory too. Nobody chooses to have diabetes. And some of the great debates that we're having this week around National Diabetes Week, one of them is around obesity, and is there a magic pill? And you would know that the stigma that is associated with overweight and obesity, but also people are not necessarily aware of some of the other risk factors for type 2 diabetes, like age, your family history and your ethnicity. And there's nothing, Nerelda, that we can do about those. We all keep having birthdays and things like that. But it's actually thinking about some of those modifiable risk factors around healthy eating and physical activity.
So you say no one chooses to have diabetes. Do you think we need to change the way we talk about diabetes then? Because have you found, and have people who live with diabetes, have they found that they are often, victim blamed?
Oh, absolutely. It's a significant issue. We talk about diabetes stigma, and we talk about diabetes burnout, and the increasing rates of anxiety and depression that are associated with type 2 diabetes. And I was talking to someone the other day, and there was a lovely story in a local paper around a small, young girl with type 1 diabetes. But the little byline at the end was type 2 diabetes is caused by eating the wrong foods and not doing any exercise. And I had a lady call me who was a healthy weight. She was in her late 50s. She had some family history. And she was absolutely devastated by that blame. And it's broader, and the conversation is bigger, and we need to be, as a community, supportive, and we need to understand more about diabetes and its impact. And I think the federal government has just announced a parliamentary inquiry into diabetes, and this is a fabulous step forward, which is why we are having these great debates around National Diabetes Week, because we want to amplify that voice. We want to see change, and we want to, I suppose, have a submission to the parliamentary inquiry that is led by people with diabetes, because no one knows diabetes better than somebody that lives with diabetes.
Yeah, well, Caroline Wells from Diabetes Tasmania, thanks for bringing the conversation